Ah, Monday. And we awake with a leak upon our head. Good morning, Xavier. Aw. Sweet boy. What do we got to do to live off the land? Welcome to Living Off the Land. We're back again with another tip for y'all. Now listen up. It's salmonberry season. All across the countryside, bushes are teeming with juicy little berries, and they're free for the taking. Harvesting them is a great way to earn some extra cash. Extra cash, you say? Intriguing. Alright, it's raining, so we don't even have to water anything. This one's ready to go. Ripe cauliflower, or fresh. Hello, dear. I guess she's not talking. I know you're just getting started as a gardener, so I wanted to give you a little tip. Most crops only grow in one season. When summer arrives, your spring crops will all die out. So plan ahead. Granny Evelyn. Oh, let's see. I believe there's 28 days in each season. So we have enough time to grow. If we were to find cauliflower seeds, we would have enough time to grow more of those, but I don't see any, so. And I do admire the magic that these torches bear, staying lit while it's raining. So what shall Theodore get up to today? Should we get to the bottom of how to craft another shipping crate? Shipping container? Shipping box? I'm really flummoxed. I'm not sure how to create a new one. Well, let's improve. Oh, wow, look at all these salmonberry. Let's get all the salmonberry we can muster. Save it for later. Maybe there's a recipe we can use the salmonberry for. We'll pop some of this back in the inventory here. It might be a good idea to regularly be collecting hardwood. Now, if I do recall, there was and we have this here. This is hardwood. This stump. Let's try and make it so it doesn't explode into the water. I always had trouble initially planning for it. Just eager to get the resources out, and right next to a body of water, and all of them just fly right into the water, never to be seen again. Can be pretty frustrating, but Theodore's ready now. Theodore will not allow any resources to be wasted. I believe this is all the stumps in this area of Cozy Grove. Let's see if there's any other resources of note. Oh, there's more stumps. Check this. The more hardwood, the merrier. It's an endlessly useful resource. A lot of the farm buildings require hardwood. I'm not sure if all of them, like maybe the pond might not require hardwood, but I'm pretty sure most of them. I'm certain most of the buildings require hardwood. Well, let's clear this now that we have our axe back. Oh, but our inventory is full, so conveniently we are close by our storage area, so let's drop all of this here into the storage. We won't be needing the watering can today, and it looks like we will be needing another treasure chest, which gives us the perfect opportunity to sort some of the items that Theodore has here. Let's see what we should remove from, I think, all the tools for now, and maybe the metal resources we'll have right next to the furnace. Tools and metal in one chest for now. And the wood will stay in here. Torches we'll grab. I guess that's a human-made object, so this can also go in the tools and metal chest. No coal though. We'll have to get on the coal. We can mine it. I believe that's what we can do initially until we have the kiln, I think it is, that you can craft coal with. Okay, so this looks tidy. We'll store this, the watering can, and the scythe. Hang on to we might need. And we'll grab the pickaxe, because there might be some stone we run into. Oh, and you know, we could use a snack as well, so let's grab... Running out of leeks. Is there anything else? I suppose dandelions give a decent amount of energy. And until we can prepare a salad with them, they will have to do raw. However, I do in every case advocate being mindful of sourcing and always wash off anything you forage. It's just for safety precautions. But sourcing is important because you don't want to forage in an area that has contaminants. It's important to be mindful of. Luckily, Theodore is in Stardew Valley, and it looks like contaminants are fairly minimal. There's a bit of garbage, it seems, strewn about the town area, but surely that will be taken care of over time once Theodore gets to it. Somebody's got to clean it up, right? Might as well be our dear Theodore. What the heck? Making good progress clearing space on the farm, though. This is looking a lot nicer. More space to roam. More space to plant. Still plenty of resources, though. The forest is truly abundant. It's pretty nice. Oh, what's that? We just found some coal, so let us make another copper bar, just to have. And if it is not too late, but we do not have the funds for it, I wonder if we are able to sell. I don't remember how much the copper bars get us. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong controller. Ha. Thinking of the Switch controller, I think. Great system. Okay. Yeah, let's sell these copper bars. See how much Theodore can grab for them. All right, here's hoping. these other resources that are just ambiently hanging out in the inventory. Let's throw these in the chest here. And I love customization, so I'm gonna make this chest a nice yellow, because yellow is a fun color. And this chest I'll make kind of like this purple, or this purple. This purple? I like this. Is it more of a magenta? Well, not quite a magenta. I don't know. I like this hue. So we'll do that. Oh, I don't want to biff my organization system already. So let's be mindful of that. And while I'm over here, I'll grab the hoe, because I need to clear some of these seedlings around. I would like to leave it up to Theodore to plant any kind of seedlings accordingly. And I actually wonder, though, if this is going to be a reoccurring theme, that trees and seedlings will just appear, or if it's actually relative to the amount of trees that are already present on the farm. And the fact that there are trees present is why there are so many seedlings. I'm not exactly sure how all of this is calculated and executed, but I think I'll get the feeling for it. It's refreshing, though, because I'll get used to this farm and forget that there are other types of farms that I can play on. And look, all of a sudden there's like a whole nother playthrough. Hours and hours, days and days that you can play through on a different kind of farm. It's genius and just so graceful in execution, and I admire it. The standard farm, I think I started on the standard farm with my first farm. It was pretty fun. I just kind of wanted to get the feel of things. Or, you know what, I actually think I did the mountainous farm, the one that has mineable resources that respawn. That one's pretty useful. You get a ton of stone. Sometimes you'll get ore, and that can be useful. But I haven't done the beach farm, and I think the Four Corners farm I have not done yet. Alright, I think there's one more. But that's the joy of it, that I will get to it. Something to look forward to. Alright, well, there's not too much we can do. We're low on finances. We'll see how much those 7 copper bars net us. See if it's enough to afford let's see, the pickaxe. The pickaxe will upgrade next. I think that would be best for Theodore. These seeds I should plant. And I could chomp some dandelions and go hang out in that wooded area in the west of the open area south of here. Bada bing, it's watered. Alright, let's see what we can do. What if I remember there are slimes in that area, so... Oh, but we are out of energy, so we'll eat one of these, one of the dandelions. Wash it off in the rain. No factories or industry around, so I don't have to worry about any interesting substances in the rain. At least we hope. Here's looking at you, Jojo. Okay. Now, off to the forest. From our forest. A different forest. So many forests. Well, at least 2 forests around here. And salmonberry. And more salmonberry. Theodore's wondering if there's some kind of pie that he can bake using the salmonberry. And if the pie would taste at all fishy due to the namesake of the berry. Now, just how much energy and health to the... it's alright, that's okay. It's about equivalent to the... yeah, the dandelion. That is equivalent to the dandelion. Theodore will take it. Anything to keep the fire burning. Yep, we won't be able to get through here until we have the steel axe. I am now reminded. And that won't happen until we venture further into the mine. There should be a little bit more security in doing that now that we have the steel sword. Well, at the very least, we collected some mixed seeds on our way. And I think Theodore ought to adhere to the new plot formation. Not that all of this will be ready in a few days, most likely. So we'll be able to reconfigure the rest of the growing area. It's going to look rather quaint, but efficient, which is what Theodore likes. And I think a general rule of thumb, unless I could think of something better to do with the silver and gold and iridium rarity items, is I'll just sell them. You know, any step, any progress that can be made to get to 1 million gold, Theodore will take. The small steps, you know, they build up over time. Ah, that's right. I wanted to get a little bit more lighting around Cozy Grove. It is still feeling a little dim in the evening. See what we can do while we have a bit of the night left. So I think a torch would look nice here. So it kind of connects this lighting to this lighting over here, which is connected to this lighting. Which this lighting can be seen from there. It's all coming together. I think this thicket might be worth lighting as well, just to give a little bit of a guidance to get through, though this bush is proving troublesome. So it might be worth actually clearing more of these trees. Okay, and so we'll throw a torch here to signify these two areas. And then we will throw a torch here. So now it is an obvious path to this entrance to Cozy Grove, as well as the grotto, as well as this dilapidated structure, which, for those of you familiar, know that it will at some point become the greenhouse, which is going to prove essential in Theodore's quest for riches and glory. Ooh, it is getting a little late here, so let's retire, shall we? We can light the way some other day. Night, folks. Ooh, level 2 farming. What do we have? +1 watering can proficiency, +1 hoe proficiency, and a new crafting recipe, stone fence. I think the fences are useful for containing or directing the flow of traffic when it comes to the livestock or the animals that farmers can have. Another new crafting recipe, the mayonnaise machine. Oh, that will come in handy once we have chickens, I believe. And another crafting recipe, the sprinkler. Very nice. I mean, it's something. It's something, the sprinkler. It should save us a little bit of time. Might have to reformat the growing areas to suit the usage of the sprinklers, just to maximize their efficiency. But we'll get to that tomorrow. But first, let's review level 3 foraging, which gives us +1 axe proficiency. And Theodore can now craft a tapper, which is great. We can tap oak, any tree, I think. Oak resin and pine tar come to mind. Very nice. Oh, and now we get to see how much the copper bars made us. 420 gold for 7 of them. They sell at 60 gold a pop. It's not much, but it is something, and it's definitely more than a lot of other things are selling for right now, so I think from the get-go, this might be, that is mining for copper, might be a good route to take for now when it comes to accruing wealth. Alright, 470 gold. Here we go.